This might be the biggest box that I have ever received in the mail from Sephora. This is my first original order, the one that I filmed, the one that I told you about, the one that I shared everything that was in my Sephora cart for the Sephora savings event. This is the box, and we're gonna go through it together. So sit back, relax. This video is uncut, and it's very heavy. Well, let's open this bad boy up. And I'm going to show you everything that I actually ended up getting. And it's everything that was in my cart in that video, minus 3 things, 2 of which sold out before I could press checkout. They were in my cart when I went to check out, like the very next day after I filmed that video, literally, or maybe like 2 days later. It was close enough. But listen, it was sold out. And I don't know if it's because I told you I was gonna buy it. I don't know. It was sold out, and I'm so sad because of that. I went in store, both those products were still sold out. So there's 2 products that I said were in my cart. They were in my cart, but I did not get my hands on them. So let's just jump right into what I actually did get. Lots of skincare, and I'm actually not gonna pull out that skincare because I bought all the skincare that was in my cart in that video. If you don't know what video I'm talking about too, I'll try to remember to link it in the description of this video. But it was basically running down the list of everything that was in my Sephora cart. So what I did get makeup wise, we'll just stick to makeup because that's all I'm going to put on my face for this video. I got a new shade in the Make Me Blush powder blushes from YSL. I got the shade Restless Rose. Pumped for that. I got not 1, but 2 Armani eye tints. One is from my Pro Kit. We'll just put it back in the box. And one is for me. It's the eye tint in Sandalwood. We'll definitely be using that today. I also got, this is also from my Pro Kit. So that's going to go back in there. It's Whiskey from Urban Decay. This might be a chaotic Nikki uncut. Just want to warn you. Paula's Choice, new refill of my sunscreen. An eyeliner from my mom. And let's see what else we got. We got the Forever Nude Bronze Dior bronzer. This is the brand new one. Look how big this packaging is. It looks promising. I'm excited for this. I've heard really good things about this bronzer too. Another eyeliner from Urban Decay. This is the shade Perversion and Bourbon. Those are all from my Pro Kit. I got myself, and I'll probably put this on because it's just so pretty, and like how could you not put this on your face? It's the OG of the wet metallic sparkles. Urban Decay did these first before anyone else. Quote me. I guarantee they were the first ones. But it's the Moon Dust Sparkly Eyeshadow in Space Cowboy. Then I got the Dior Forever Glow Luminizer. This is the new one. I'm pretty sure I picked up the new one. I was second guessing myself. Lots of dew, lots of dew, lots and lots of dew. More dew, more dew, more dew. And a really expensive concealer that I almost took out of my cart. I'm not kidding you. I literally almost took this out at the last minute because it's like $68. And like, that is just ridiculous for a concealer. But Lisa J and I were talking about it, and she was like, have you tried this? I said, well, I had bought the wrong color a while ago. I bought the shade for, I think, we'll never know because this is so tiny. Well, that's really frustrating. Where's the shade number? This is my original one I bought. It's too dark for me. I can use it for like spot concealing, but not for under eyes. So I picked up a different shade so I could finally properly test it out. I got the shade Face Flex 2.0. We're going to definitely use that. I've treated myself to Spiced Chai from Makeup by Mario. Treated myself to a refill of my favorite cream bronzer. One of my favorites, that is. This is from Ciel. It has SPF 30. We're going to do a lot of talking. I got an Ismaya lip liner. This is for my kit, so that's going back in the box. I got Glassy Champagne Quartz from House Labs. Since I filmed that, I got my mom's Dr. Idris. I got another Make Me Blush in the shade Rose Haze. And I got a Burnt Sienna lip liner from Makeup by Mario. And as well as a refill of Smoky Pink. This goes in my kit. I got an eyeliner from my mom, and the rest is from my mom, my sister, and the Pro Kit. So I'm going to turn on my heater, which is right next to me because it is quite cold in my studio today. I don't know why it's so cold. It's April, but we're freezing over here, and my dogs are cold too. So we have a lot of makeup to put on. I cut myself off earlier. I was going to say but I lost control. I was going to say, since filming that what's in my Sephora cart for the savings event video, I went in store, I bought a bunch of goodies, including the House Labs Biogel Supplement Highlighter, and I got the shade Pink Opal. So I've already tested this out on my previous Nikki Uncut, which was just uploaded last week. So if you missed that one, that was like testing, trying on new makeup that I picked up for the Sephora savings event. This is like the big one, the big haul, essentially. But full disclosure, there's a lot going on in my head right now. I made myself the most delicious shaken espresso at home. Like, who needs Starbucks when you have that? Because that thing was incredible. Ooh. But what I was going to say is I placed 2 more, like, emergency, I better do this before the sale ends kind of orders, you know, like those, like, stressed last-minute orders where you're, like, you, like, kind of panic. You're like, well, I saved 20%, right? Because I'm Rouge, or... why do I always forget this? I'm Rouge, right? I'm Rouge. Anyway, I placed that order because I'm like, I don't want to miss out on the 20%, so felt a little frivolous. I might regret it later, but here we are. We have a lot of things to test out. Now, I don't have a new foundation in this order, but I will tell you, I have a foundation coming in my next order. And one of the other updates I want to tell you about was not only did the YSL loose powder sell out before I could actually put in my cart and check out and go through the process and like finalize my order, I also, in case you're wondering what's missing in this order, I also did not get my hands on the Violette FR, the Bisou balms in that shade, that light nude shade. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. If you remember, pop in the comments. But that sold out too, and I was really bummed. I went in store to 2 locations to try to get it in store while the sale was going on. Was not successful. So here we are. There's 2 things that sold out before I could even get my hands on them. Those were them. And then I put back the new Lawless foundation because I talked to a lot of you in the comments and through DMs and Instagram after I was talking about getting that foundation. A lot of you said that you didn't like it, and that spooked me. And then a ton of you said to go purchase a much lighter shade than what I thought that I was going to be matched with. So I had matched myself with, like, I want to say like L something or L7 something. I could be totally wrong, but I matched myself to something that was going to be completely too dark based on your guys' comments. So that was very helpful. And thank you to all of you who like put that out there in the comment section, because you saved me a lot of heartache. And I hate returning products, especially foundations. I hate returning anything, to be fully honest. And if I buy the wrong shade, just like I did with that Sarah Creal concealer, I eat the cost, okay? I did see a comment someone left. It was like kind of like a mean comment. They were like, must be nice being rich or something. And it's not that. It's that I live with the decisions that I make. And so if I choose the wrong formula or the wrong shade for me, that's my fault. And I don't want that brand to eat that cost, and they can't resell those products. So it just gets thrown in the landfill. It just gets tossed. So I don't know. That's just my mindset. So no, I'm not going to return it. No, it has nothing to do with money or like anything like that. It just has everything to do with, I don't want to be adding to like the waste out there. So that's my thought on that. So I bought another $68 concealer, and man, it hurt. It hurt. So we have a lot of makeup to put on. I'm going to stop yakking so much because we have so much to put on our face. Like I mentioned, I don't have a foundation, so we're just going to go with a new foundation. Still very new to the market. If I hadn't purchased this a while ago, I would have purchased it for the savings event. But what I'm going to do is actually thin this out just a touch with a drugstore favorite product of mine. The L'Oreal Lumi Glotion in the shade Light. This is what it's going to look like on my painter's palette. I have equal parts going on, so the Lumi and the Anastasia. Let's say you bought this, and I talk about this constantly, but if you bought it and you're more dry or you want just less coverage, just shear it out. You're good. Don't worry. Keep it, shear it out. You could even mix it with a moisturizer. It will affect the wear time of the product, obviously. But, and that's actually why I like to mix it with something like this, because this already has a lot of longevity to it. I use this all the time as like a glowy primer. So this is not going to disrupt the longevity of the foundation. It's going to sheer it out though, make it a little bit more soft and natural and a little more glowy. So I just mixed both those products with my N15 brush and I'm just buffing it into my skin. And all in all, you already know I love this foundation. I am obsessed with this foundation. It is such a solid formula. It quite literally is impeccable on your skin. So I'm going to blend it out. That was Tomas. Buff it all the way around my skin. That was a funny way of saying I'm going to blend it all around my skin. And the Lumi Glotion, you'll see, is giving it a lot more like glow. And it's just making it a little bit more natural, I guess you could say. Not very natural, but like a lot more natural. All right, so once we get this on, we'll be able to boogie and do test out some new products. So I'm debating if I should put on my CL Cream Bronzer, if I should put this down first, and then layer on top the new Dior Forever Bronzer. But to be honest, I really want to see what this bronzer is going to do all on its own. When I'm truly testing out a product, I don't want to layer it. I want to see what it's going to look like on its own, how impactful it is, how much pigment is there, how it's going to blend on just foundation and not on top of a cream bronzer, and how long lasting it is just on its own, not layered. So we're going to do that today. Even though the makeup artist in me wants to layer on top of that, we're not going to do that. All right, foundation is looking great. The shade that I wear in the Anastasia is 2N. And I really like the glow I'm getting with the two products mixed together. Got a little bit on my lips. Okay, foundation looks great. Let's dive into, since we're going to do powder bronzer, let's dive into, Tomas is doing some really funny things behind me. He's trying to find something to chew on. He is hilarious. Let's finally test out this together. I've only tested out in private. And yeah, let's try it's called the New Age of Luxury Beauty. Founded by, let's just read about this because I really don't know that much about this brand in all honesty. It says on the side of the box, founded by visionary product developer Sarah Creal. I did not know that. I know who she is, but I didn't know she was a product developer. We create scientifically advanced luxury beauty essentials for babes 40 plus. I love that. We're you obsessed, not youth obsessed. I love that. Okay. They might have me now. The $68 might be money well spent. I might forget about that because I really am loving these talking points. I have an itch. So on the back also it says, meet your holy grail complexion product. Part high coverage brightening concealer, part moisturizing foundation. Oh, interesting. All you need for a velvety airbrush glow, this silky, buildable, skincare infused formula floats over skin and flexes with your every laugh or furrow without ever creasing or fading. Interesting. This is fueled by hyaluronic acid, caffeine, aloe leaf extract, and green tea. Wow. I just got sold like it was an infomercial. I really just got sold. Okay, 2.0 is the new shade. Beautiful packaging. I mean, very luxe packaging. Definitely what I would expect to feel in my hands after spending $68. Metal, glass, or maybe this is plastic. No, it's plastic. Don't listen to me. So let's pop this on. Just like I normally would. Mitch is calling me. I'm sorry, Mitch. It's uncut. I can't pick up. I'm sorry. He'll forgive me. So let's do some highlighting. Feels nice. I'm already aware and like familiar with the feel, just not necessarily under my eyes because like I said, that shade that I originally got is just way too dark. Let's grab a clean N14 brush. I'm going to tap this in. let's see what the $68 hype is about. And I think what we'll do is not set this for as long as we can to see how it's going to self-set and not crease. The shade is so much better that I picked up. I'm so happy that I did pick up a good shade finally and not waste $68 again, because that was rough. So far it's blending in really nice. You know, as I was filming this video, I was trying to figure out, like, why was my face so itchy? My face was just so itchy, and I realized it's because I picked Barry this morning, and I essentially rubbed him across my face, and I kissed him, and I, like, snuggled him, and I gave him all the lovings. I did Tomas too, by the way. Don't think I left him out, but I was kissing Barry because he was just giving me this, like, sad look, and I was like, what do you need, love? And so I gave him tons of love. And I had, of course, like, my sunscreen on, which still felt kind of wet. So I had a million little brown berry hairs on my face. And I just picked one off my brush too just now. So if you see me picking anything off my face, just know it's just Barry's hair. I also started this video out with my brows on and with a little bit of the soft matte concealer from NARS, because that's been my eyeshadow base of choice for a while now. So if you're wondering what I had on prior to pressing record, it's those two products. Or actually 3 products technically, because the brow pencil is the new Ravi. Obsessed with this. It's so good. And then I just did something simple. I brushed up my brows with the Rare Beauty clear brow gel. So that's my brow combo today. And I must say, I think they're looking very nice. All right, that is blended in. It looks really pretty. It definitely has a very smooth look to it. That's for sure. And up close. Yeah. I mean, the coverage is gorgeous. It's flawless. I'm not missing having a color corrector underneath, and that tells me that the coverage is really quite full, which is great because it doesn't look or feel like it's a full coverage. It doesn't look like, you know, Tarte, like Shape Tape full, but it's definitely covering up all the redness and discoloration I have under my eyes. It looks really good. So time will tell. Let's move on for a minute because we have a lot more to put on our face. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to dive into the bronzer, but we're going to lightly set my forehead and a couple other areas of my face. And I think we're going to just dive into a little bit of the Givenchy pressed powder, the Prism pressed powder. I've talked about this a lot. So if you missed my video prior to this one, my last Tuesday uncut video, I mentioned a lot about how I do feel like this is a little bit more, well, it's a lot less matte than it's marketed as. It's marketed as a matte setting powder. But if you're truly oily, like a truly oily person, not just like I get sweaty occasionally, but like if you're truly oily, just know it's not going to keep you entirely matte your whole day. And depending on what formula you put this on top of, like when I put on top of the Anastasia Impeccable, it stays matte a lot longer. When I put on top of like a skin tint, it definitely gets very shiny a lot quicker. But all in all, beautiful powder. If you're looking for a good pressed powder that's blurring, smoothing, and feels very lightweight, then this is a great powder to check out. So we're going to hit a couple areas. And I'm going to avoid my under eyes like I mentioned because I want to see what it's going to do on its own. So I'm going to hit around my cheek because we're going to put all powder products on essentially. I mean, we got a powder bronzer, we got a powder highlighter, we have powder blush, and I just realized, oh yeah, no, I have two. Just kidding. So it's going to be a full powdery kind of day. And I'm going to test out once again the Huda Beauty Easy Bake because I got a ton of comments from you guys that were so helpful, telling me that I need to press down the sprayer once, like continuously, and not do short squirts because basically I'm the problem, it's me is what I'm hearing. So we're gonna try this out again. Very excited to do that. All right, moving on to the new Dior Forever bronzer. I got the shade I got the shade 10 soft matte, excuse me. And, oh, wow. This packaging does not disappoint. Look at this. It's like a tufted 1960s car. Like the seats of a car from like the 60s and the 50s. Like if you know, you know. Like that cool, tufted. Oh man, that's beautiful. Okay. That is the inside. Stunning. It's quite large. It's definitely a big pan. It reminds me a little bit, or a lot of the Charlotte Tilbury. I want to get up and show you, but I also don't want to hear my chair squeak. So we're not going to do that. Very big pan. This is going to last you probably a lifetime. It does have fragrance to it. I'm not surprised. I totally expected that coming. I think we're going to switch. We're going to use the BK Beauty 104 because this is my preferred brush for powder bronzers. So I'm going to tap into it. I don't know how pigmented this is going to be. So when I don't know, I start very slow and build up. And if you don't know also how pigmented a product is going to be, especially like a bronzer or a powder blush, use a larger fluffy brush because I'll pick up a lot less product initially. So no matter what, it will go on a lot more natural. Which is why I chose the 104 because it's giving me a really soft application. Wow, that looks gorgeous. Jeez. Wow, I'm going to get so much makeup in my hairband, but it's okay. That looks beautiful. Wow, this is definitely a matte bronzer, but it's like very soft. It's like a buttery matte. It's not like a flat, you know, dry, chunky, crusty, dusty kind of matte. Like this is beautiful. Oh, whoa. Oh, wow. Wow, this is addicting. I'm not gonna lie, this is like actually addicting to put on. Huh. Wow. Okay, that's stunning. Let's see if I can scoop a little bit into my temple. Wow. That is beautiful. Oh my God. This feels like silk. Definitely fragrance, but not in a bad way. Like it's very nice. I'm going to switch actually to my N15, tap into the bronzer, and let's just do a little bit of, I want it to be a little bit more defined, so I'm switching to a smaller brush so I don't hit a bigger area of my cheek than I want to. So we're going to tap this in. Wow, that blends out like a buttery dream. This was worth the money. I have to say, this was really well worth the money. Gosh, that's gorgeous. Okay. You know, I'm wearing a lot of powder now between the Givenchy and, of course, like being on top of like the Anastasia Impeccable foundation. The combination is going to be very powdery at the end of this application, but so far it does not feel like I have more powdery products on my skin. Oh, that's nice. Wow, that is really, really luxe. Kind of wish I bought one of these for my pro kit, but gosh, I don't need it. I do not need it. Just take whatever's left over. I'm not trying to chisel my nose, but I want to add warmth to here in the center. So it's nice and cohesive. So let's just hit the sides, hit the tip of the nose, just like that. Just soft, very natural. Oh my gosh. Really getting the scent of this when I'm hitting my nose. But, you know, it's not bad. I know there's a lot of you that don't like fragrance at all in any of your products, and I totally get it. But this is a really, it's a really pleasant scent. It really smells wonderful, to be quite honest. It's not overwhelming, at least not to me. It just smells really nice. It smells really, really nice. Let's dive in right away now to the Dior Forever Glow Luminizer. I got the shade 02 Gold Halo. And I have another berry hair on my nose. I could just feel it. Ooh. So these, I definitely didn't need another powder highlighter, but we're here. And let's try it out. That is gorgeous. Same tufted, beautiful luxe packaging. Oh, wow. That's stunning. What a showstopper. That is a beautiful, Beautiful highlighter. Equally scented, but it's okay. I'm going to grab a clean N17 for this because I want to use the backside of the brush and swipe in to this beautiful highlighter. Wow. Let me also just swatch it for you all too so you can see. Wow. Very pretty. I mean, it's a highlighter. They're all pretty, right? Let's see what this looks like on. Ooh. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Wow. Wow. Sorry, I need to find another word to say. I really do. But wow is the best way to describe it. That's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to hit the bridge of my nose and the tip. And, you know, I think we're going to probably skip this one today because I don't want to mess up the Dior. I really want to wear this. I want to give it a good go. And I want to, wow, it's just stunning. I don't want to mess it up. So why do that? We've already tested this out in a previous Nikki Uncut. It just in a different shade. So we might skip it. Just don't be mad at me. Unless we change our mind, we'll see. But I don't think that we will change our mind. Now let's open up these two new shades I picked up in the YSL blushes. These are just worth every penny, in my opinion. I think they're just such a beautiful formula. I picked up another shimmer one, and I picked up a matte one. So initially, I only had the shade 44, which is a shimmer shade. But now I have the matte shade in... Which one is this? Oh gosh, sorry. Which one is this? That's so frustrating. So the actual shade is only on the box. Rose Haze. And then on the actual back of the product, it just says 06. So this is Rose Haze. Very soft, very, very neutral, very just, it's like an effortless kind of blush shade, you know? It doesn't really stand out too much, which is nice. It's nice to have those. And then this one should be a shimmer. And this is the shade Restless Rose. Or Restless Rosé, excuse me. So front packaging, tufted, super luxe. Oh, gosh. Beautiful. Very, very beautiful. So these are the two that I got, and I think we're going to go matte because I already know what the shimmer ones look like from my channel using the 44. So we'll save this for another time, but let me swatch it for you. Swatch it. Let me swatch it for you. Very pretty. It's like that perfect pinky peach with some gold shimmer in it. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. How could you go wrong? So let's do the matte one. I'm going to grab another N15 brush. This one's clean. Doesn't have any powder bronzer in it because I don't want to disrupt that. I don't want to muddy the two products up. So clean N15. Let's dip into the matte one. Let's see what we think. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Beautiful. Very soft, very wearable. Very natural. I just looked up close to see how the Sarah Creal concealer is doing. And it's only creasing where I put it way too close into my fine lines. And I'm not surprised that's going to happen, you know? But other than that, if you don't go too close up to your lash line where you have the most fine lines, you might get away with not entirely setting it. It looks very smooth right here and like right here. It's beautiful. It's like wow beautiful. This might end up being one of my favorite Nikki Uncut makeup looks because it's so soft and simple so far. I'm just loving it. Let's just go for like a cheek moment. Let's really go for a blush moment and just kind of put it all over because it looks so pretty and it's making me feel so pretty. If you picked up any of these based on my recommendation, please leave in the comments below what you think of the formula, if you feel like it's worth it, if you agree. Hopefully you're not disappointed if you picked any up based on my recommendation, but come on, like, how could you go wrong? They're that pretty. We're going to move on to my eyes because I really want to put on the eye tint from Armani. And you know, I already got the shade Cashew in Yeah, oh, that's right. This was in that same order, but they sent this as the first product all on its own in a big box by itself. I would have rather them not done that because that's like a big waste of a box that I have to recycle and break down and it's just wasteful. Anyway, I now have sandalwood. So sandalwood is a little bit deeper. So cashew is more like, is a little bit lighter, more neutral. Sandalwood is a bit deeper and a bit warmer. So we're going to put this on top of my eyelids. And before we do that, let's do the right thing. Let's blend out the concealer creasing because I didn't set it. And let's pop this right on top. I really like the fact that the applicator is flat when it comes to applying this on myself. But when it comes to applying this on clients, I have to like dig the product off the brush, and there's a hole in the center which catches a lot of the product, making it pretty difficult for me to do so. Just a small complaint. So if you're using this as a professional makeup artist, just know the wand is not the most ideal for sanitation purposes, but on yourself, it's very easy. So using my N16, patting it in, and then blending it up into the crease. Nothing like an all matte, practically, look. I know we had that powder highlight going on, but the makeup look is looking just very soft. I would love to know in the comments as well, so many things. There's so many things I want you to tell me about. I want you to tell me what you actually checked out and purchased from the Sephora savings event. I want you to tell me what you love from what you got. And if you didn't get anything, tell me the reasons why, and I'll totally understand. I know, like, makeup is a fortune, and I know we all have tons of makeup at this point, so just leave me all the things in the comments. I would love to hear what you chose to get and what you didn't choose to get and why. And if you regret not getting anything. All right, so that looks really pretty. Very soft. Very, very soft. I kind of want to do something a little strange, and I want to just test this out because I don't want to leave it hanging. I really want to try it out today. But I don't need to use both these products at the same time because they're both very interchangeable color-wise. But I'm very curious about this. This is the Sephora Collection Colorful Eyeshadow Stick and Liner. I'm going to use this as an eyeliner on the bottom lash line, test it out, see how it wears, see all those things. Oh no, it's shrink wrap. These are so hard to open. And this was such a good deal because I got 30% off of this because it's Sephora Collection. So it ended up being, I don't know, like $7, $8. It was really, really affordable. Shrink wrapping is not my favorite. Okay, we're going to test this out. We're going to actually go just straight underneath the bottom lash line. Very pretty shade. It's matte and neutral. It's the shade Terracotta Matte. And you know what? I kind of want to put a little bit, now that I'm seeing the color, it's a little different from the Armani. So let's do a little bit on the base of the eyelid. Very creamy, very pigmented. And it's actually very pretty. Taking the tip of my N16 to blend out where the longer fibers are. Oh, that's really pretty. I really like that. And now I'm getting tempted to just keep it matte and not do the Space Cowboy on top because we all know what Space Cowboy looks like. But let's see. We might change our mind. Space Cowboy would be absolutely astonishingly pretty on top of this eye base. So you know what? Let's do it. One more blend up to the crease. All the way up. Just so it's nice and blown out. Just like that. We're going to switch brushes. Do I have another clean N12 brush? I do. Clean N12 brush. Let's blend out that Sephora liner on the bottom. Very pretty. And you know, let's do it because I just can't. It's hard to not do something so pretty as this. Like, this is just so stunning. So Space Cowboy, an old favorite that I saved my money on and got 20% off of. These are actually so deceivingly hard to open. They're super tightly packed. I have to rip this box, actually. Does anyone else feel like products are just child-proof now? Like, everything is so hard to open, or is it just me? Like, I literally had to rip this completely apart like an animal to get that open. Very worth it. So look at a brand new Space Cowboy. How pretty is this? It's just one of the most beautiful shadows on the planet ever created, and everyone has copied this. So Space Cowboy, best applied always, hands down, with your fingertips. There's something about this type of glitter and shimmer that adheres better when applied with the warmth of your finger. So if you have this product at home and you're like not so satisfied with it and you're using a brush, and you know I'm a brush girl over here, but this product is just always going to be best applied with your finger. It's going to push this all up. So pretty. Look at that. The reflection this gives, oh God. And in photos, oh my gosh. It's like the ultimate bridal shade. Gorgeous. Very happy with this decision. You would think I'm going out tonight, but I'm not. I should, now that I have this makeup look on. Okay, what else do we have to try on? Because we have quite a bit of things left in front of me. I think what I want to do, honestly, in a separate order, I picked up a few other things. I picked up the YSL, this is the new plumping lip gloss. I picked up the shade 44, which is my favorite from YSL. And in store, I picked up the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme Lip Shaper. It's a plumping lip liner. It's in a really pretty pink shade. It's called I Do. I used this in a YouTube live recently. I'm going to do this lip combo, and then we'll do some mascara and do the rest of the makeup. But I want to get my lip on right now because I'm just feeling like I need to see the rest of the picture before I move on to doing other things. So let's do a little bit of lip shading first. A product I picked up a while ago. It's the new Izumaya Contour Sticks. Yeah, sculpting stick in the shade Oak. So we're going to use Oak to shade my lip. Gonna grab a clean N16, blend out the edges, and create a soft shadow on the bottom lip and a soft shadow on the top. And 14 just to blur out the edge. That's berry. Now, I do want to take a little bit more of the Givenchy. I want to just press this on top of my lip. So N14, Givenchy. I prefer a little bit of powder on my lip because around my lips get really oily. And I want my lips to have a lot of longevity. So let's go in with the Too Faced Lip Injection in I Do. This is the spiciest upon spiciest upon spiciest lip liner you will ever put on your lips. Like, I put this on and I actually thought I might need to take this off. And then I got used to it, and then I kind of enjoyed the pain. So it's a weird sensation. You get used to it and you kind of almost, it almost like is enjoyable. It's like drinking Red Bull for the first time. It's so disgusting. And then all of a sudden you like acquire a taste for it. I don't have that taste anymore, by the way. But it's like that idea, you know? So Too Faced, not a brand you see me buy all the time. But I bought this in store because it just looked so pretty and I just called my name. Now, did I choose the right color top to wear with this makeup look? No. Would it look a lot better if I was wearing like a white top? 1000%. But we're going to go with it. Now, when I use this lip liner, if you caught my Sunday live that I just posted recently, or 2 Sundays ago, I use this and I did not touch up this lip liner for at least 5 hours, like at least. And I ate, had coffee, like I ate lunch, like a full-on lunch, had coffee, water, you name it, and I did not need to touch it up at all. So it's actually extremely long wearing on my lips, which is a good thing. I think I want to cocktail it just a bit, so bear with me. I'm going to grab spiced chai. Spiced chai is like more of a neutral brown. I want to just tone down and neutralize this a little bit more. And partly because this red top is really throwing me off, and I goofed on that. So spiced chai. We're going to hit the center. Even more. Ooh, spice chai is so good. So good. Now, if you don't play with your makeup, what are you even doing, right? So let me just play with my makeup. I want to just do one more thing before we move on. I want to add a teeny bit of something a little bit more cool tone in the center. So this is Pure Hollywood Lip Velvet from Anastasia. I want to just put this in the center. Just like that. Have a vision. Stay with me. We're getting there. So now 44 from YSL on top. Also a plumpy product. Also quite spicy, to be honest. But has a little bit more of like a cooling sensation, whereas the Too Faced lip liners just feel like I rubbed a cinnamon stick all across my lips. And sandpaper, basically. But you get used to it. I promise you. You get used to it. And they are quite impactful. They do plump your lips. So YSL on top. And 44. And it's going to make such a beautiful lip combo. Ooh. That is a really beautiful, beautiful shade. Now we need to check in with our under eyes. They're not bad. They're really not bad. Can you see that? There's a little creasing right here and right here, but I mean, it's so minimal. It's so minor. But we're going to blend this out a bit and just kind of scoop this out of those fine lines. Don't just apply your concealer with the N16, like tapping it. Use the tip to blend out, to pick up that excess product before you set your under eyes. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of powder, and I'm not going to do the Givenchy on my eyes. I'm actually going to do something a little bit more bright. I'm going to be using the loose Kosas powder, the Cloud Set powder, in the shade Translucent Candy. So I've actually been loving this powder. So popping this in the cap. It's going to look really, really pink. I'm going to grab my N14 again. Dip into Translucent Candy. Tap off the excess. And press this right in this inner corner. Just a little bit. I'm going to avoid this area because I just don't feel like it needs it. The concealer is just holding up really well in that area. But I want to overall be a lot more matte and blurred here. It's just a personal preference. So I'm going to add a bit of powder and kind of focus it right here and along the side of my nose. There we go. And then we need to do some eyeliner, mascara. And then we're going to give Huda Beauty another good go because apparently I was doing it wrong and I am the problem. So I'm anxious. I really hope you guys are right. I really, really do, because I was so pumped about that setting spray. And to see like big globs and droplets of product on my face was like, it was such a letdown. It really was such a letdown because I'm such a huge Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder fan. I've been so for since they've come out. So a little more powder in the T-zone because why not? It's a great powder, by the way. Really great powder. It took me a long time to gather my thoughts on it. My thoughts are, it's beautiful. Now, I think, because those are my kit ones, I think I'm just going to go, you know what, you guys? I think I'm going to go, do I go drugstore or do I go high-end? Help. Drugstore or high-end? You know, I think I'm going to go tried and true, you guys. I think I'm going to go with cappuccino. Do I want cappuccino? No, I don't want cappuccino. Hold on. Tiramisu is the one I was thinking. I want tiramisu. Let's do tiramisu. Let's sharpen this bad boy real quick. Let's do a nice soft eyeliner look, mascara, and then setting spray. So tiramisu, also Sephora brand, great, super duper affordable product. If you don't want an expensive eyeliner, but you want to last like an expensive one, these are the ones to get. And hopefully you picked up a few when they were 30% off. I'm going to get this as close to my lash line as possible. And then I'm going to tight line. Such a good eyeliner. My lips are tingling like no other right now. I mean, they are on fire. Stay with me. I know, we're almost done. Eyeliner's a bit boring to watch. I totally understand that. Gonna grab my N12 brush one more time. This one's a little dirty, has a little bit of brown eyeshadow on it. And we're just gonna buff this out just to soften it so it's not so severe. A bit more. Nice and close to the lash. And 12 one more time. But you see Space Cowboy? Because it's like gleaming from a mile away. It is such a beautiful, beautiful shadow. Okay, we need mascara, and here's the thing. I have the new Makeup by Mario. I've been testing it out. I'm still continuing to test it out. There's days where it flakes on me uncontrollably, and then there's days where it flakes it flakes, but it's not like, it's not that horrible. So I want to just keep getting my money's worth, to be honest. Oh, actually, I didn't even buy this one. No, never mind. I took this out of my cart. That's right. Oh, thankfully, I did take this out of my cart. That was the other thing I took out of my cart, because when I filmed my What's in My Sephora Cart video, I did check my mail and this was in my PR. So I was able to save on that. So thankfully, I did not spend my money on it. However, if you spot it, I hope you like it. I hope it's not flaking on you, but we're going to just keep testing it out. We're just going to keep giving it a go because it's new, and who knows, maybe the flaking is done, or maybe I'm just a glutton for punishment and I want to keep dealing with the flakes. I don't know. I just don't want to give up on it quite yet, to be honest. I had such high hopes with this mascara, and it is so beautiful when you initially apply it. It is a really great formula when you initially apply it. Just the wear time just kind of sucks. And I love the brush. But look at that. It's like super high impact. Length, volume, thickness. It's what I hoped and dreamed for. It's so deceiving. It's just so deceiving. So if you have this mascara, if you have one that's not flaking on you, or if you haven't experienced what I've experienced, leave that in the comments below. But so far I'm hearing from a lot of you that it's flaking on you as well. You know what, maybe, just maybe, have a thought. And this is a good thought too for you to test out. Maybe if I pair it with like a top coat basically of a mascara that I know doesn't flake on me, maybe if I seal it in with this, I'll be able to use it. So I'm going to seal it in with the L'Oreal Panorama Mascara. And this might be the ticket, you guys. This, if you bought it and it's flaking, maybe just cocktail it. And there's nothing wrong with cocktailing your makeup. I love cocktailing products. And I'm not saying like you should still buy it and like have to deal with this kind of nonsense, but if you did buy it and you want to make it work, this is a way to make it work potentially. So I'll have to report back and let you know how this works. But I feel like it's a good idea. Looks good. I'm happy with that. All in all, I love the way my skin looks. I think it looks so just polished, so smooth, so airbrushed, especially on my monitor, in face to face, like in my mirror right now, it looks really, really smooth and really pretty. The concealer is it's wow. It's like absolutely a beautiful concealer. The fact that I had to minimally, and I mean minimally, set it under my eyes is a game changer. I am not one to ever put concealer under my eyes and not set it. I always am the firm believer in like, you have to set your concealer. And I did set it. However, I need a lot less powder than I would have thought, or than I would with a lot of other formulas. So, all right, the last thing we have to put on is the Huda Beauty. Now, this says on the back, shake well. So we're going to shake it really, really well. We're going to say a prayer. We're going to take a deep breath. And we're going to hope that I don't mess up this makeup, because I just don't want to see droplets of setting spray on my makeup, because it looks so good right now, and I'm so happy with the outcome. And yes, I will change my red top after this video. It doesn't look that bad. It just feels like it's clashing quite a bit with the pink lip. I mean, it's not bad, but it could have looked a lot prettier if I was wearing a white top. Just trust me. Or like a caramel top. Oh, or a leopard top. Oh, forget about it. Forget about it. Okay, let's do a test spray. Okay. So that's what I need to do. I need to follow through with the sprayer. So if you have it, follow through. Let's try it. I still have droplets. But no, I still have droplets. I still have a lot of droplets. Okay. Well, now we know. Let's try to dry this up. Now, last time I didn't dry up certain areas, and I had a big droplet on my cheek that just looked like a little patch all throughout the day, and it kind of drove me nuts. Let's dry it up a little bit. Just see. Oh, that one's really bad. I don't see that one getting any better. Oh, God, that lifted up my makeup. Okay. Jeez. Okay. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Okay. Well, that's that. I mean, what are we going to do, right? I'll still keep continuing to try it. I'll still give you my thoughts, and if I find a better method of actually spraying it down. But, oh man. Crap. Okay, that sucks. Oh, whoa. Okay, I'm actually making matters worse right now. I need to just stop. All right, nothing at N16 cannot fix. Boom. Better. Much better. Okay. All right, well, if you have stuck it out to the bitter end of this video, I applaud you. I'm sending you a big hug. Thank you so much for your patience, and I hope you found this video helpful. Testing out all these new products I picked up during the Sephora savings event. Stay tuned for another round of this because I have more things to come. A little teaser, I did pick up the Prada foundation, which was highly requested from you guys that I pick up and try, so that is on its way to me. When I get it, we'll film it, we'll test it out, we'll try it out together. But this is the look. And it's quite lovely. It's really, really pretty. Minus the droplets. I'll still keep trying it out, and I'll let you know if I find the magic amount of pressure to spray that nozzle. But so far, I have not succeeded in it. But that's the makeup look. These, unbelievable. The bronzer, unreal. Like, that's the most stunning powder bronzer other than, like, my YSL All Hours. Like, that one is lethally beautiful. The eyes are beautiful. The concealer, quite unbelievably beautiful. I'll keep you updated on how this makeup wears. If you don't hear from me, that means it wore great. If I have any issues, I will leave that in my community tab. So if you go to posts on my YouTube channel, that's where you'll find me post pictures, post updates, post where winners of my lives are announced. So if you ever entered a giveaway, check to see if you won. Click on the post and it'll all be right there for you. But that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all and appreciate you all so, so much. And I will see you in the next video soon. Bye. Look at those eyes. And my spicy lip. It's a spicy meatball, but it's good.